Hey guys, and welcome back to the JTO channel. And obviously, after a long break, the international break is now over and Premier League football is back. I'm so sorry that I haven't been making videos these last pretty much like a week and a bit, the last 10 days or so. But honestly, the international break it took a toll on me in a way. I just couldn't be asked. I barely watched any of the games. I probably only watched two, and they were both England games. And yeah, yeah, there were news here and there about the Chelsea, but I wasn't really eager to make a video about them. It was just better if I just made my thoughts quickly on Twitter or something like that if you saw my tweets about any of them. And even then I barely even got my thoughts on that. But regardless, people, we're back now. You're not gonna see me slack this month at the very least, because obviously this month's busy. We've got 6 games. We've got Villa first at home tomorrow, 5:30. We're gonna preview that game, and then we've got the likes of Zenit, in the Champions League. We've got Juve in the Champions League. We've got Man City Spurs this month as well. We've got the Carabao Cup game against Villa as well this month. So it's gonna be a busy month. You're gonna see obviously match previews, you're going to see match reviews, you're going to see my player ratings videos, so you're going to see consistency from me at the very least this month, unlike the last nearly 2 weeks, so I'm sorry for that. But anyway, if you do enjoy this video, please like, comment, subscribe, turn those post notifications, and yeah, let's get into it. So let me firstly just talk about Villa real quick. Obviously, as we all know, Emi Buendia and what's his name, Martinez, are not available for this game because of the situation that happened in Brazil. Honestly, it was a madness where like the Brazilian authorities came onto the pitch 5 minutes into the game to try get 4 Argentinian players out when they could have just done that 3 days earlier. How they didn't think that Lo Celso, Romero, Buendia and Martinez all didn't come from England, because obviously Brazil's a red list for this country, and if you go there to thingy, you got to sort of I come back here and isolate for 10 days in a hotel, which is a reason why we didn't let Thiago Silva go out to the Brazilian national team. And now the Brazilian FA are asking for him for to invoke a 5 day a 10-day suspension, where Thiago Silva pretty much won't play this game or the next game, and that's likely to be not ruled out. So we'll see what happens with that though. And other than those two being out, I think everyone for Villa's fit. I think Bertrand Traore is back. Apparently Leon Bailey was in training as well. So it looks like they pretty much got their full squad. It's just Buendia and Martinez is out, which helps us a lot because Buendia's had a really good start to the season. And obviously Martinez has been one of the best goalkeepers in the league since he left Arsenal. So yeah. Next I want to talk about is obviously the press conference. Now, obviously, Tuchel in his press conference today, he talked about a couple injury concerns and stuff like that. Obviously, we all know that Lukaku is actually fit now. There was a minor issue with his thigh, but it's been sorted out. But unfortunately, N'Golo has still not recovered from his muscle injury he got against Liverpool. He obviously went to the French national team for some reason. I don't know how the club even let him go there, knowing he's injured. Yeah, and Deschamps put him on the bench in one of the games. Absolutely ridiculous. Honestly, I couldn't believe it. But obviously, we all know he came back to Chelsea early. He hasn't been training. And obviously, Christian Pulisic, who got injured against Honduras in the World Cup qualifier, got injured as well with a minor muscle injury as well. He said he's going to be out for 10 days around there. Obviously, we all know Reece James has a 1 game suspension for that BS red card he got against Liverpool. And other than that, everyone else should be fit. Thiago Silva, like I said, Tuchel did say in his press conference that there's still a chance he could. You can't rule him out completely, but to be honest, I don't think he'll play regardless, whether he's available or not. So yeah, I don't think that really matters. Obviously, he talked about Lukaku and Timo Werner and whether they'll play tomorrow. Obviously, he didn't say they would. He didn't. Obviously, not going to give your team out because Dean Smith is going to be listening, obviously. But he said there's going to be games where they will play together and they will have that opportunity. And then lastly, he did talk about Saul for a bit, talking about how he's very happy that he's here. As much as he was happy with the squad, he did want that sort of extra cover in the midfield, that extra depth in there as well. And he said at his previous club, so at PSG and Dortmund, he's been chasing him for his signing, which I don't know if it's true, but hey, I'll take his word for it, innit? So yeah, that's really on the press conference now. That's it on the Aston Villa news, and obviously I even forgot to say at the beginning of my video, this is a preview. I was obviously going to talk about Villa, which I did. Talked about Tuchel's press conference, which I did. And now we're going to get on to the lineup predictions. So, lineup prediction. In goal, Edouard Mendy. Really simple for me. I think he had a good international break with Senegal, so and he's back already, so that's good for us. So he's back in goal. A back three of Antonio Rudiger as a left-sided centre back. Obviously, there's been contract news around him, but I think he'll sign at the end of the day. At the end of the day, yeah, he's our main centre back, and if he wants 200k a week, fine. He justifies that money. Okay, when you're being deemed as one of the best centre backs in the world in 2021, yeah, you deserve that type of money. And I just don't see how he doesn't improve even further or keep up his consistency, at least under Tuchel. And Tuchel wants him. And he's pretty much going to play like nearly all the games. I'm pretty sure Rudiger is going to play like a lot of our games this season at centre back. Out of him, Silva, Christensen, all these guys. I think he'll play the most games at centre back this season, so we'll see what happens with the contract situation. But for now, he'll start against Villa for me. The middle centre back, Andreas Christensen, he had a very good international break with Denmark once again. There was this record that he has like 36 clean sheets in his last 44 games for club and country, which is unbelievable. Like, wow, to be honest with you. And the improvement of his game has just been brilliant, so he deserves to start again. And then obviously, right-sided centre back, I would play Trevor Chalobah. I would give Chalobah the start here because I just don't think he's going to start Hudson-odoi at wing back. I actually think at right wing back, excuse me, Jesus, he's going to start he's going to start Aspilicueta at right wing back, Trevor Chalobah at right centre back. Just because he doesn't trust Hudson-odoi there, and I feel like Trevor Chalobah, obviously, he had a good start to the season. Obviously, last two games, they were pretty big games, and he didn't play. But I feel like now in this game, another opportunity for him to just showcase his talent and just keep going with the good form he was on before. So yeah, Trevor Chalobah right centre back, Aspilicueta right wing back as well. Left wing back, I would still stick with Marcos Alonso. Um, who would I? Ooh, who would I? Yeah, I would. I would. Because he's been in good form at the end of the day. And maybe the international break did ruin his momentum. And who knows, tomorrow he could be absolutely dog, but I don't think he will be. And even if Chilwell starts, I don't really mind. At the end of the day, neither of them went on the international break. They were both here at Cobham. So, to be honest, Tuchel could literally start either one of them, and I still wouldn't mind. But I think it will be Marcos Alonso to continue that good form of his, and Aspilicueta will get right wing back. So, yeah, we're gonna start with the back five that started in the first game of our season, which was Crystal Palace. But yeah, in the double pivot, so Jorginho came back recently. He played on Wednesday, and then he had the recovery on Thursday, and today's Friday. So in my opinion, I actually don't think Jorginho's gonna play tomorrow. Kovacic came back slightly earlier because Croatia played on Tuesday. So he had his recovery on Wednesday. So he's had 2 days of training. Jorginho's just had today of training with Chelsea, considering he's been with Italy and he's played all of their games. And I'm pretty sure he played all 90 minutes in every single game as well. So at some point, that guy's going to need a rest because at some point, he's going to start overplaying, which is why we need a midfielder like Saul. So in the double pivot, I've gone with Saul and Mateo Kovacic. People don't think this would work. I think it's going to work perfectly. Kovacic can sit. If you tell Kovacic to sit, he can do it. Maybe it won't bring out the best of his game, but you'd probably expect Saul to be the one being the box to box. Or, to be fair, he said he'll cover for N'Golo, Kante, and Jorginho, so maybe he'll be the one doing the Jorginho role. Cover could, either one could do either role. If you want Cover to do the box to box role, he can do it. If you want Saul to do the box to box role, he can do it. If you want one of them to sit, they'll do it. And for me, Kante is obviously injured, and Jorginho recently just came back knowing he played all 3 games for Italy, and I think he played all 90 minutes as well. So for me, tomorrow I play Saul and Kovacic just because Saul was here over the international break training with the team, getting to know his teammates, and obviously Mateo Kovacic did come back earlier than Jorginho, and Kante is obviously injured, so I play those two. My front three now. Now I know a lot of people have been gearing for Timo Werner and Lukaku to start together. Now in my opinion, I don't think that will happen. I know people are getting gassed over Timo Werner's performances and scoring goals in the international break, but come on, the guy was playing Armenia, Liechtenstein, and Iceland. Like, for God's sake, Aston Villa's B team would probably beat those national teams. Do you know what I'm saying? So I can't really take that too seriously, in my opinion. And for me, he's got a fight to be in this team because Mount Kai and Lukaku are actually on good form. Now, I wouldn't start Kai tomorrow. I'd actually start Hakim Ziyech on the right and Mason Mount on the left. Reason being, Kai Havertz had actually been ill during the German international break. before the game against Iceland, he had started obviously I think the previous 2 games, but he had gained illness, and I don't think he had trained with the team for like a day or so. I know he'd come back straight away, and he was fine, and he was ready to go. He obviously started on the bench against Iceland, and he came on and got an assist, also missed a sitter. But I think he'll come on tomorrow. Ziyech, he's been fit. He's back. He came back from his injury quicker than I thought. He's obviously started the season well before that injury, and I think he deserves to get his chance tomorrow and build up that consistency before it's sort of too late in a way. So for me, I'd start Ziyech on the right hand side against Villa. I want to see that link up with Lukaku, who I'd start up top, and start Mason Mount also on the other side, just because Mason Mount, his fitness levels are like mad. And even though, yes, him and Jorginho have played all of the games for England and they've played pretty much 90 minutes, I could say, okay, I may as well just do Havertz, Ziyech, but Mount's fitness levels are like ridiculous, like ridiculous. This guy could play 3 games in like 3 days, I promise you. Whether he'd perform well or not in those 3 days and 3 games, I don't know. But I know his fitness levels are like up here, and he never gets injured either. So I'd play Mason Mount, continue that form. Havertz, he was ill recently, so like, I'm not quite sure. It wouldn't surprise me if he started though, but I'd start Ziyech, still give him that chance to build on potentially on that good form he did have at the beginning of the season, and start Big Rom up top, who I'm hoping can get his first goal at Stamford Bridge, and that will be an emotional one for him as well. Walking out to 40,000 for the first time since 2011, if I'm not wrong, and that's a madness. So yeah, I'm really hoping that we get the job done tomorrow. And there you go, guys. That is my team for tomorrow. Obviously Villa, they're a very good side, but for me, I think they're missing their 2 key players, and I think that's what will win us the game comfortably, and that's what makes me actually so confident about tomorrow's game. The fact that Martinez, one of the best keepers in the league, is not playing, and Emi Buendia, who started the season really well. How fit is Bertrand Traore, Leon Bailey? Obviously, Danny Ings is a threat. He's one of the best strikers in the league, or shall I say, underrated strikers in the league. But to be fair, everyone rates him, so yeah. He always guarantees 20, so he could be a key figure for why Villa possibly have a good season this season. So yeah, guys. My score prediction: I'm going for a 3-0 Chelsea win. I think it's gonna be comfortable. Lukaku's gonna get his first goal for the at Stamford Bridge in front of 40,000 Chelsea fans. So I'm really excited for that. 3-0 Chelsea. Lukaku to get a goal. Mount to get a goal. And I don't know. Christensen off a corner to score his first ever Chelsea goal. You know what? It may as well first. Yeah, you know what? Why not? Christensen hasn't scored a goal for this club yet, so he may as well. He has to eventually get one, a header or something. I mean, he scored more goals for Denmark than us. How long's he been playing for us for? Like, come on now. But yeah, 3-0 Chelsea. For me, Christensen, Lukaku, and Mason Mount. Hopefully we get the job done tomorrow. If you did enjoy this video, guys, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on the lineup. Put your lineup predictions down, and also put your score predictions down. And yeah, tell me your thoughts on everything I said, and I'll see you guys tomorrow where I do my review and my play ratings video. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. In a bit. Peace.